Oh, boy, can you line it? Oh, boy, can you line it? Oh, boy, can you line it? I got a woman who live upstairs. She don't do nothing but put on ass. Oh, boy, can you line it? 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 Every leaves go line and try. Boys, is you right? Yeah, we right. Lord, Ma, I used to love that song, boy.
Dude, yes.
Boy, you know, it's been a long time since me and you used to play down at the Cafe Society. And you know,
remember that?
You done changed a little bit.
Well.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, all that hair that used to be on your head is down on your chin. Yeah.
But it hasn't totally left my body, so I'm okay.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just migrating south. That's what this is. Look what they done left for us.
Well, what nice people.
Cheers.
Anytime, not a day.
Ooh. Boy, you don't know how to behave at all, do you? Joshua, you know, it's been a long time, man. You know, when did you first get into this music thing, man? You know, I've heard rumors here and there, but what really got you into this guitar thing?
I wasn't into anything.
Yeah.
I was home in Greenville, South Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
and I was going home, and there was a blind black street musician.
Yeah.
And he needed to be crossed. So I was raised properly.
Yeah.
So I crossed him. And then he asked me if I'd like to lead him after work, after school, for $2 a week.
That's big money in them days.
I'm telling you, I was jumping on that.
Yeah, man.
But you know who had to make that executive decision?
Who that?
My mama.
Your mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. She prayed over this for 3 days before she said yes. And then she decided that her son Joshua leading blind black street musicians was a good thing.
Yeah.
So that's how I started out.
Oh,
Just
how nice.
Just happened to walk by this guy who needed to go.
Now, they the ones who taught you how to play guitar.
I led 66 blind men from the age of 7 to 16 and a half. No one would teach me how to play.
How you learn how to play them?
So whenever an adult blind black street musician would go away for a while, you see, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I'd pick up the guitar, and if it was in one tuning or the other, it didn't make any difference. I just started playing. That's how, because none of them would teach me.
Man, you know what? I love that song you used to do about a blind man. Oh, stood on the corner.
Blind man stood on the road and cried.
Yeah.
It's
How that thing go again, man?
It always takes me back to my past.
Yeah, I bet it do.
Well, the blind man stood on the road and cried. Yes, the blind man stood on the road and cried, crying, oh, Jesus, save me. Well, the blind man stood on the road and cried, crying, Jesus, give me back my sight. Crying, Jesus, give me back my sight. Crying, oh, Jesus, save for me. stood on the road and cried. He said, these are the gospel shoes I wear. Yes, these are the gospel shoes I wear. My Lord, my Lord, be saved from me. Well, the blind man stood on the road when they cried. Yeah, so.
Yeah, man.
That's what it was.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Now,
But what about yourself? How did it all begin with you?
well, man, I tell you, when I was a boy, I loved all kind of music.
Yeah.
I read down near Morrisport, Louisiana, and there was a little church called the Shiloh Baptist Church.
Wow.
Lord have mercy, my mama had me down there singing from when I was a little scrapper. And then she had me singing all them church songs. I can do pretty much anything I want to do in the church now. I can usher. I can sing. I was playing this thing called they called it a squeeze box, but they called it down there a wind jammer. But you know what? I couldn't get no women with no wind jammer. So I put that thing down, man. And it was around Shreveport, Louisiana, that I picked up my Stella. Now, you know, the thing is, I tells folks that the way I got into a 12-string is I used to play a 6-string like you. I was playing for this pretty little girl, you know. I was playing for her, you know, sounded so good. She was looking at me and I was looking at her, you know. I messed around and broke a string.
Uh-oh.
I kept on playing.
Go ahead.
And it was sounding so good, man. I messed around and broke another string.
Watch out.
I'm down to 4 strings. But I ain't sealed the deal yet. So I'm still playing, man. The next thing I know, I done broke another string. Ooh. Well, man, I kept on breaking strings. I got down to my last 2 strings and finally sealed the deal. But it was at that point I knew I needed 12 strings. Now, I tell you the truth. I fell in love with the sound of that 12-string guitar. Yeah. And I used to go down in Shreveport. That's where them pretty women was. The women be walking up and down the street, man, and they look at me and say, Hughie. And it sounded so good, you know. And they used to buy me beer, you know. And I was such a boy, man. I was about 14 years old, man. I didn't like the taste of no beer, man. I used to put sugar in the beer. They would talk about me, that's all right. But then when I finally got my long pants on, man, I went down, and Lord have mercy, to Tom Hughes' town. And that's what they call Shreveport, Mr. Tom Hughes' town. And my mama said, baby, please don't go down there. And I was steady going down there. And she said, baby, don't go down there. Them women's going to kill you. And I said, Mama, you just don't know about them women. And I wrote that song called, Mr. Tom Hughes' town. Follow me down, follow me down, follow me down to Mr. Tom Hughes' town. Say, ooh, ooh. Hey, tell your mama, you don't know. These women kill me, mama, please let me go. Say, ooh. Well, sometimes she wears a hat, sometimes a tail. Got great big legs like Georgia ham. Say ooh, ooh. Talk to me now. Well, follow me down. Follow me down to Mr. Tom Hughes' town. Say, ooh, ooh, yeah. Well, good morning, blues. How do you do? Good morning, blues. Say, how are you? Say,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Anytime.
Wasn't nothing like it. Man, but you know that music led to trouble. Now, ain't nothing like the blues. You know, I had the line, I said, the blues ain't nothing but a weak man with a woman on his mind. Lord have mercy. Now, I got in some trouble in my time. But then you know about trouble, Josh. You've been down there, man. Being a colored man, it just ain't easy sometimes.
Well, you know what? My uncle,
Oh, Lord.
Greenville, South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Now, he had a mule,
Yeah.
and they got along well.
Yeah.
But every now and then, the mule would balk,
Yeah.
and my uncle would just walk around the front,
Uh-huh.
and just right about here, go. And the mule would say, "Oh, you want me to get up now?" So they had this way of getting along, and everything's fine. And one day, the mule balked. My uncle got out and hit the mule right there. There was a white man in his buggy.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
white folks.
He saw this. He saw this black man hit this mule. He jumped out of his carriage onto my uncle's back.
No.
Now, it don't matter what color you are.
Yeah.
It don't matter what size you are. If somebody jumps on your back,
Yeah.
he turned around and knocked this white man out. Went straight to jail.
No.
Yes, he did.
White folks.
Yes. So I wrote a song which talks about what happened. Can't believe it. Said, well, I've always been in trouble, 'cause I'm a black-skinned man. You see, I beat a white man, and they locked me in the can, and they took me to the stockade. Wouldn't give me no trial, and the judge, he said, you black boy, 40 years on the hard rock pile. Thought it's trouble makes me weep and moan. Lord, it's trouble since the day I was born. Now I'm wearing cold iron shackles from my head down to my knees, and that mean old keeper, that is all time kicking me. So I went up to the walker and the head boss too, and I said, oh please, you big white folk, don't you see what you can do? Well, the sheriff winked at the policeman, said, I won't forget you no how. You better come back and see me again, boy, about 40 years from now. And we went back to the walker. He looked at me and said, buddy, don't you worry about 40, 'cause in 5 years you'll be dead. But it's trouble, sure won't make me stay. Lord, it's trouble, till breaks through someday.
No,
Yep.
I know about that kind of trouble. Because there's one thing you cannot predict is white folks. I mean, they can be some of the most peculiarest people you ever run across.
Yeah,
One minute they scared of you.
Uh-huh.
The next minute they come to see you.
Yep.
It's like, I tell you, I told you that story. Miss Lomax, when I got myself out of jail the second time, the first time I was in jail, I was down, well, actually, the first time I was in jail, I kind of homicided a fella a little bit. And man, I just couldn't take it. I decided to run, man, and I run down to my mama house, and she said, "You can't stay here." My daddy, Wes, slept better. He said, "You can't stay here." And so I kind of got myself a little identity, and I went off with my first wife, Leith, and I was doing pretty good. And then I run into this fella who was a friend of mine, and I sort of homicided him. And I found myself again in Shaw Prison. Now, the governor of Texas come through, and, he was coming through because he was inspecting all the prisons and stuff. I got a little song ready for him. I said, I got a song for you, governor. And the governor said, "Yeah, what is it?" And I said, "Well, I got a little song called Mary." I said, "Well, Mary, I'm talking about Mary. I'm talking about Mary. Well, I tell you, governor, if you was me, God knows this morning I'd set you free, Mary. I'm talking about Mary." And it worked. He said, "Leadbelly, I'm going to set you free if I ever leave office." And that fool left office, and he set me free.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That didn't last too long.
No.
So I found myself in prison again. Now, the thing was about them prisons, man, is like, the men being there looking so bad. And the train going past the prison. And them boys would be working. They'd be chopping wood. And they'd have a song like, Jumpin' Judy, or Yonder Comes Rosie. And I learned how to put them songs together and come up with one big song from them little songs. And so, I had the song, did pretty good for me. It's a song called The Midnight Special. Now, The Midnight Special.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, Midnight Special. Yeah, well, I know you did hear Midnight Special, yeah. Midnight Special was about this train that used to go past the prison. And every time the train would come, that big old headlight would shine on the prisoner, and the boys would be pressed up against the fence, because the next man got the light shine on him, that'd be the next man to go free. And so they used to say, "Let the midnight special shine his ever-loving light on me." And I started putting in all them good songs, and it started going like this. Well, if you ever go to Houston, boys, you better walk right. You better not argue. You better not fight. Say we'll arrest you and carry you down. You say a thing about it, penitentiary bound. I wish I had some white folks with me right now who could sing along with this song. Let the midnight special shine light on me. Let the midnight special shine ever-loving light on me. They get up in the morning, get a ding-dong ring. They march to the table, see the same old thing. Knife and fork on the table, ain't nothing in the rain. You say a thing about it, got trouble with the man. Let the midnight special shine a light on me. Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me. Yonder come Miss Rosie, how the world you know. I can tell by April in the dress she wore. Umbrella on her shoulder, piece of paper in her hand. Wanna tell you look good now, gotta lose my man. Let the midnight special shine light on me. Let the midnight special shine a ever-loving light on me. We'll jump a little Judy was a mighty fine guy. She brought her jumping to the whole round world. She brought it in the morning, just a little for a day. She brought the news that my wife was dead. It caused me to grieve and hooping, hollering, and crying. It caused me to think about my own great time. Let the midnight special shine light on me. Let the midnight special shine a love light on me. Well, let the midnight special shine light on me. Let the midnight special shine a love light on me.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh, that Lord, how much? White folks. I tell you what the Lomax did.
What?
I'm driving him around. I'm his chauffeur. I'm his bodyguard. I'm introducing him to folks. I even shined his shoes when he got out. Now, you know, one day I was sitting there minding my own business, cleaning my fingernails with my knife, and he come up and said, "Leadbelly, do you have a knife?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Let me see it." I give him the knife. He said, "Oh, it's awfully sharp." And I said, "No matter what the hell I'm going to do with a knife that ain't sharp." And he looked at it, he told me, "If you ever decide to rob me, just don't kill me." White folks
people.
is peculiar. I say, "Mr. Lomax, if anybody try to shoot you, I'm going to take the bullet." And that seemed to calm him down a little bit. But you know, we went all over the place, man, playing that music. But now, Josh, I tell you, I was out scuffling, and you was the darling of the society. They loved at you. Them white, I mean, they loved at you. In fact, you was playing at the White House.
Yeah.
How the hell did you learn to play at the White House?
My brother, Billy,
Yeah.
we're in New York, and he was in Fort Dix, New Jersey, in the service. And so I went to visit him. And I'm driving around the base trying to find his barracks. And I passed a lot of wooden structures. No black soldiers. Kept on going. There were wooden structures and pup tents. No black soldiers. Then I finally got to a place where there are just pup tents. And that's where all the black soldiers were. So I saw Billy. I said, "Billy, you know, they probably have you on maneuvers, and that's why." He said, "No, Josh, we're here all the time.
That's where they live.
That's where they live.
Damn shit.
Not where the wooden structures are, where the white ones are, in the pup tents. That's where they all." So I had to write about that. And after writing the song and recording it, the president, somebody on the president's staff, heard the song. And I was asked to come down to the White House to sing it. And a lot of my friends said, "Josh, no, I wouldn't do it. I mean, I wouldn't do it." I said, "They want to hear it. I'm going to sing it."
Got to sing it.
Twice, maybe. And that's how it all started. It was like this. Airplanes flying across the land and sea. Everybody flying but a Negro like me. Uncle Sam says, "Your place is on the ground." When I fly my airplane, don't want no Negro around. Same thing for the Navy when ships go to sea. All they've got is a mess boy's job for me. Uncle Sam says, "Keep on your apron, son. You know I ain't gonna let you shoot my big Navy gun." Got my long government letter, my time to go. When I got to the Army, found that same old Jim Crow. Uncle Sam says, "Two camps for black and white. How about when plump trouble starts, we'll all be in that same big fight." If you ask me, I think democracy is fine. I mean democracy without that color line. Uncle Sam says we'll live the American way. Let's all get together and kill Jim Crow today.
Yes, sir. Man. So now you down there shaking hands with the president.
I got to tell you this. You know how when people line up to shake hands with the president?
Yeah.
And I was coming along, and here's this man in the wheelchair, you know, and that kind of got to me, and I'm thinking, because I normally like a good handshake, but he's in a wheelchair, and anyway, when I got up to him, he had a very strong handshake, and he grabbed my hand and squeezed it, and I pulled back, and said, God damn it, I play with that hand.
You cussed out the president?
and he just laughed and said, let's try it again.
Man, you out there hobnobbing with the president. I didn't never get close to the president. In fact, while you was hanging around with the president, I was trying to get a house in Washington, D.C.
Ooh.
And if you ain't ever had no trouble till you a colored man trying to get a house in Washington, D.C. It ain't like it is now.
Yeah.
You know, nowadays we look down, man, and you know the president is colored. But still got white folks. Listen here. He done saved General Motors. He done got us out of Tuvals. He done stopped the stock market crash. He done caught that Osama bin Laden. And he done got gas at $2 a gallon. And he still can't get no love. White folks. But I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
You know, you used to say we would never live to see a black president. And we didn't. But while you messing around with President Roosevelt, man, I'm down in Washington, me and my wife, me and my Martha, trying to get us a house. And Lord have mercy. You know, it's like... Well, me and my wife, we went all over town. Everywhere we went, they turned us down. Lord, it's a bourgeois town. Ooh, it's a bourgeois town. Well, got the bourgeois blues, gonna spread the news all around. White folks in Washington, they know how to toss a colored man a nickel just to see him bow, cause it's a bourgeois town. Ooh, it's a bourgeois town. Yeah, you got the bourgeois blues, gonna spread the news all around. Oh, you know, white folks, I'm downstairs, so we don't want no Negroes living up there, and they didn't say Negroes, oh, cause they say bourgeois town.
I hear what you're saying.
It's the bourgeois town. You got the bourgeois blues, gonna spread the news all around. Well, all you colored folks better listen to me. Don't try to get no home in Washington, D.C. Cause it's a bourgeois town. Ooh, it's a bourgeois town. Yeah, got the bourgeois blues, gonna spread the news all around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Lord.
Absolutely.
Bourgeois. Land of the free. Home of the brave. I don't want to be mistreated by no bourgeoisie. Lord have mercy. Now, you know what, though, John? Tell me the truth.
Hold on.
Women's.
Huh?
Women's.
Yeah.
Men's. Half the trouble we have is cause of women.
Yep.
Now, I love the women.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love the women. I love my little Martha. Now, she's a little brown-skinned woman. I love her to death. But now, you know, when you starts to playing and then women starts to looking, man, they start looking good. I see you in cafe society, man. You shirt be open and you stick that cigarette behind your ear and you start playing to them women and they just go, ooh. And they start melting, man. Every man in that place want to kill you.
I know.
Now,
I didn't feel any love from them. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Now, it's something about that song, that music, that just gets to the women's. Oh, Lord have mercy.
I know what you meant.
Oh, that's the song right there. Mm-hmm.
You know, baby, what I want from you is a kiss, a great big kiss. You know, baby, what I want from you is a hug, a great big hug. Now I won't be too impatient. I will wait till you decide, woman, when you're through deciding. Now let your conscience be your guide. You know, baby, what I want from you is a kiss and a hug. This is a kiss, a hug, a hug. Yes, sirree. Now I won't be too impatient. I will wait till you decide. And when you're through deciding, now let your conscience be your guide. You know, baby, what I want from you is a kiss and a hug. This is a kiss, a hug, a hug. Yes, sirree.
Now, you used to talk to them city women's. I likes a country girl.
You like the country, huh?
Oh, you get you a pretty country girl, you got to feed her first. If she hungry, she ain't gonna be, she ain't gonna be handy. But if she hungry and you got a shoat out in the yard, shoat dead. And then you get you some pork chops and your feeds are right. Lord have mercy. I tell you that, I've had my share of women's.
I know you have.
And, I love that song, when you get you a pretty black girl. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with a high yellow girl. But when you get you a pretty black girl, yeah. Say, black girl, don't lie to me. Where did you stay last night? In the pines, where the sun don't never shine. Shivery night. Black gal, don't you lie to me. Where did you stay last night? Talk to me, baby. In the pines where the sun don't ever shine. You shivery night. Shiver for me, baby. How you come to be out there? She said, my husband was a hard-working man. Kill a mile and a half from here. His head was found in a driving wheel, and his body never been found. Shiver one more time. Black gal, don't lie to me. Where did you stay last night? In the pines, where the sun don't never shine. Shiver the whole night. Oh, that much. You know, Josh, our break gonna be over pretty soon.
Yeah, I gotta go do another set.
You guys to go do another set. Yeah. But you know, I was just thinking, man, there was a time that I used to break houses. You know, I'd be out on the plains. Cause back in them days, you know, you have a gun. You know, you have a pistol.
Okay.
You get a house. My daddy bought me a house.
Okay.
And I used to get out there and we had that song. And the thing I love about it is in my time, not only could I play for grown folks, I used to love to play for children. You know, and the children's, because they were so innocent, they were sweet. They wasn't like the grown folks. I went to Harvard one time. You know that big school. Harvard. They talk funny at Harvard. They car in a car, you know. And I said, car. What's a car? Car. You know. And I'll be talking to them boys at Harvard, and I try to give them some good sense. I say, like, you know, you might have to kill a few men in your life, but don't never kill no woman, because that'll be bad luck to you. And I think they got it, but they looked at me funny. But the little kids, it was good. All you have to do is look at them and say, well, when I was a cowboy out on the western plains. Yeah. Well, when I was a cowboy out on the western plains, I made a half a living by pulling on a dog and ring. Come a Calliope. Well, my father took his battle before out on the plain. My father took his battle before out on the plain. With me and a bunch of cowboys, we running the Jesse train. Come a Calliope. Yeah, come a Calliope. My father took his battle before Fortune's Bunkers Hill. My father took his battle before Fortune's Bunkers Hill. With me and a bunch of cowboys, we running the Buffalo Bill. Come a Calliope. Yeah. Well, you know, me and a bunch of cowboys was out on the western plain, you know. And more horses was stepping, you know. And them horses, they started drinking whiskey. And the horses got drunk. And the 45s got drunk. And lead was flying everywhere. And it was old boy running around saying, you know, I got to throw my suitcase out the window because my shack about to burn down. And I say, you know, I said, if the shack ever catch on fire and there ain't no water around. If your shack ever catch on fire and there ain't no water around, throw your suitcase out the window and let your shack burn down. Come a Calliope. Yeah. Here come Kaya, here come Kaya, here come Kaya, here come Kaya, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Boy, we had some good time.
Absolutely.
We had some good time on this earth. I tell you, man. And you know what? Have you seen Roscoe?
He was around here a little while ago.
Roscoe.
Roscoe.
Hey, Roscoe.
Slide on out here.
Roscoe has been kicking around these parts since the 1960s. I don't know what he got into. But
he's still around. But he's still around.
Yeah. Roscoe, why don't you just sit on down there and play along with us till our break is up, man. We can have ourselves a good time. Now, Josh, the thing I like about your music is that you had this thing, but one of the things you got to be able to talk to sing about and to write about is you were never afraid to talk about rights. You were never afraid to talk about how, they would do the colored man. They would do and sometimes, man, that stuff would be so heavy that, you got in some trouble for that.
I know, but you don't change it if you don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was something that was important to me. And I don't know if I want to do this. What else can I do? I don't think I want to do Strange Fruit.
Well, what's that song you used to do about the free and equal? Oh, free and equal. Because there's some folks just think that you different because your skin different, and I just love that free and equal song you used to do, man.
I went down to that St. James Infirmary, and I saw some plasma there. I upped and asked the doctor man, now was the donor dark or fair? The doctor laughed, a great big laugh, and he puffed it right in my face. He said, a molecule is a molecule, son, and the damn thing has no race. And that was news, yes, that was news. That was very, very, very special news. 'Cause ever since that day we've had those free and equal blues. You mean you heard that doctor declare that the plasma in that test tube could be white man, black man, yellow man, red? That's just what that doctor said. Then he put down his doctor book and gave me a very scientific look, and he spoke out plain and clear and rational. He said, metabolism is international. And that was news. That was news. That was very, very, very special news. 'Cause ever since that day we've had those free and equal blues. So I stayed at that St. James Infirmary. I couldn't leave that place. It was too interesting. So I says to the doctor, give me some more of that scientific talk. And he did. He said, melt yourself down into a crucible and pour yourself out into a test tube, and what have you got? 3,500 cubic feet of gas. That's the same for the upper and lower class. Well, I just had to let that pass. Carbon, 22 pounds, 10 ounces. Iron, 57 grains. Not enough to keep a man in chains. 50 ounces of phosphorus, whether you're poor or prosperous. Hey, buddy, can you spare a match? Sugar, 60 ordinary lumps, free and equal rations for all nations. Then you take 22 teaspoons of sodium chloride, that's salt. You add 30 quarts of H2O, that's water. You mix 2 ounces of lime, a pinch per quarter potash, a drop of magnesia, and a bit of sulfur, and a soup of hydrochloric acid, and And you stir it all up, and what are you? A walking drugstore. An international metabolistic cartel. And that was news. Yes, that was news. So listen, you African and Indian and Mexican, Mongolian, Tyrolean and Tartar. The doctor's right behind the Atlantic Charter. The doc's behind the new brotherhood of man. That's prescribed at Gettysburg, Iwo Jima, at Bull Run, and at Guadalcanal. Every man, everywhere, is the same. When he's got his skin off. And that was news, yes, that was news. That's the free and equal blues.
I like that song.
It puts in the right space.
Yeah. You all right, Roscoe?
I'm doing good, man.
You know, I had one hit. I mean, it was a hit.
I love that.
I love that song. Problem was, I had the hit in 1950. I died in 1949. Now, don't get me wrong. I was real happy because that young man that came up under me, Pete Seeger, he with us now.
Yeah.
But Pete learned to play the guitar, the 12 string. The reason he played the 12 string, because of me. He wrote a book, said, the 12 string guitar as played by Leadbelly.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because he said he liked the way I used to play it. That's nice and simple. And then Woody, he used to stay at my house.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, man, he was hard to get him to take baths. But he was, my wife Martha, she wasn't having none of that. So he had to take a regular bath, and he would stay with me in Harlem. That's why I learned that song, John Hardy. I learned that from young Woody, but Woody, he learned a lot from me. And what I really like about that song that I wrote back way long time ago, I wrote that song about this boy. And he was, well, you know, back in them days, you couldn't just walk up and say, I wants to marry you. That wouldn't work. You had to ask her mama and her daddy. Mm-hmm. And especially if this girl was too young, you had to ask for permission to go out and court her. Mm-hmm. And this man showed up, and this girl, he was in love with this girl named Irene. And he came up to her and he said, I love you, Irene. She said, you got to ask my mama. And so I composed this song about this boy, and it starts off like this. I asked your mother for you. She said that you was too young. I wish I never seen your face. Wish you'd never been born. I wish I had some white folks to sing with me on this one too. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I see you in my dreams. Now you know, white folks is peculiar. I wrote that song, I get you in my dreams, but they didn't like that. They changed it to I see you in my dreams. I don't just want to see her, I want to get her. Anyway, that boy, him and her got married, and you know, as men will do, he decided he wanted to take him a stroll downtown because, you know, he was always out playing cards or gambling, you know. And so he said, well, me and my wife, we got married. Me and my wife settled down. Our times I get a great notion to going down downtown. Yeah. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. in my dreams. Well, you know, that upset her, you know. Now, she done left her mama and her daddy and decided to go out and marry this boy. And now here he is strolling around downtown. She said, I'm going to put my back on you. I'm going to turn my back on you. And this is what she said. Oh, quit rambling, quit your gambling. Quit staying out late at night. Go home to your wives and your family. Sit down by the fireside bright. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I get you in my dreams. Yeah, you know. She said, I'm going to turn my back on you. I'm going back to my mama. He said, oh, Lord. He said, I love Irene, I do. I love her till the sea runs dry. If she ever turn her back on me, I'd take morphine and die. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I get you in my dreams. Go ahead. Go ahead, Roscoe. Play one. Yeah, that's so pretty. Play another one, man. Yeah, that's Roscoe, y'all. I got a gal live in Detroit. Got another one live in Spain. I got a gal who live in Pittsburgh, but I'm scared to call her name. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll get you in my dreams. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll get you in my... One more time. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. I'll get you in my dreams. I did it. You know, it's about that time. But you know what? I was just thinking about, Josh. All of this folk music had to come from somewhere. It came out of the spirituals. It came out of the blues. It came out of them old field house. And sometimes folks just don't know where they come from. I remember my mama used to sing the most spirituals. You know, your mama was a praying woman. Oh, yeah. Used to sing the most spirituals, you know, from slavery time. And they'd be singing so sad and lonesome, you know, when folks decided to run up north and run away from home, they would just try to show folks that they was going to be all right. And that song would be like, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. One day. Oh, one thing I know. If I do not give, then I'll be all right. Mama sang it like, ooh, I see God's face. I see God's face. I'll see God's face one day. Oh, one thing I know is if I do not hear, it'll be alright. And you know what made me so proud is that song don't just sit there, you know. Guy named Guy Carawan took that song and started changing the words, messing around with it. Then he made the mistake of teaching it to my boy Pete. And Pete taught it to everybody else. And you know, he had to give it a little bit more of a march tempo, you know, when they was marching through Selma 50 years ago. They was singing that song. My mama used to sing it. But they had changed the words a little bit. You know, be like, I shall overcome. No, it ain't about I, is it? It's about we. And we don't want to just be all right. We want to overcome. Yeah, you know. So say, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. Oh, yeah, we are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. Oh, black and white together. Black and white together. Black and white together. Black and white together someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. And we look down through time, man. One of these days, they're going to figure it out. They're going to live in peace. Amen. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. Josh, I believe it's time for us to go to work. Okay. Oh, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Thank you.